Hey, what's up, y'all? Happy 420. You can't have the laptop.
Then I want to talk like that when you're on your show.
What?
Why do you talk like that when you're on your show?
My fake voice? My fake radio voice?
You're like,
Why do you always burn me when my mic is on?
Dude, you're doing that to make them laugh about you.
No, you're doing that to make them laugh about you. Say hi, Willow. Willow is working on some art for us. And that is super exciting. Also, well, now I gotta find the mixtape. We're gonna start up the mixtape. Y'all need to tweet out the room. Oh, Chronos Node Project is here already. Right on time, right on time. Congratulations, everybody. You made it in time for the old mixtapes. Now, we're giving out $100 in here today. Whether you get 100 people in here or not, but it's going to be a lot nicer if you guys just tweet out the room for us. Let's get this started. We ended with J Boog last time. So
wait,
now...
you didn't just delete my tab.
No, dude, it's right here. Let's go.
Where? Because you can listen to the music while I do mine.
You can give it 2 minutes, kid.
This isn't as important. Don't push
I'm only grinding so life can be better. Nobody take the love from me, girl. To take myself out of the picture. It's just for a while, but I want to get richer. I want enough youth, so my place I will bigger. Nobody take the love from me. Maybe if one day I win the lottery and get the money to can buy the dream property, I can kick back like the way and sip daiquiris and dedicate myself to you till eternity. Until then, I got to keep on grinding and see the dark clouds for the silver lining.
Hold on, wheel up. Levi, this one's for you, kid. This is on the mixtape. This is for my boy.
Send me a bad boy from me the Jamaica. Me no bunny for no know the answer. Me a bad boy from me the Jamaica. Me no bunny for no know the answer. Super see a bad boy from him the Jamaica. As simple as just give me a bad man.
Get out of here. Oh my god, you are a rude boy.
Where is my tab?
What?
Stop. Where's
Check it and go on. Yo. I'm not dealing with you then like that.
Get used to it. You got at least 10 more years of just burns.
Well,
At least
we got 2 tracks off. That was a success. I mean, I had to wrench the laptop away. And these kids, they know what happens at 420 every day. We got 22 people in here. That's decent.
So,
Definitely
Alpha,
tweet it out. What's up?
hey, thanks to Murph, I just got the files. So, what do you have in mind, or what is your vision to be on the coffee bags? And, do you have some kind of idea of what you're leaning towards for artwork design, etc.?
Yeah, funnily enough, in my mind, it's a bit of a mix between this coffee brand that I already know that's like Rainforest or something, but then like the Pussex custom that he made for me. Here, I'll put it on. Yogi, what do you think, man? We should
Well, as of right now, I think I just put it in the Jumbotron. Chuck set up a space for 5:30 Central Time, well, my time. It'll be 6:30 your time. Apparently his team found the reasoning for the glitch on some of the Crowers NFTs, and he may have a way to fix it. So if y'all got one that's glitching, y'all might want to tune in, and he's going to explain what's going on.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize there was a
Well,
glitch.
apparently what happened was there's a bulk claim feature that you click on all of them and you can claim them all at one time. And apparently he said no, but I'm thinking that's what it is. That it caused a couple of NFTs to glitch and it no longer showed you rewards, and so you had to find what, and it would throw an error when you would try to claim again. But
All right.
we
So
had
he's
figured
holding
out,
space about that.
yeah, and we had figured
6:30.
out that if you take that NFT that's giving you an error, send it to a different wallet, the rest
Oh
of the
yeah, he
NFT,
already said that. He
yeah,
said that in here
yeah.
yesterday and the day before.
So yeah, so apparently they figured something out. So I'm excited about that. Whew, hopefully they get it fixed all the way.
Yeah,
Cause
yeah,
man,
definitely. I mean, it's just getting started with
yeah,
him with the whole like ownership transfer. I mean,
yeah,
we really got to give some time for things to
yeah,
settle.
and but it's hard. I'm cool with it. I have one that glitched on me. I'm not gonna. I have one, so I'm cool. But they got some people that got like 5, 6 of them that glitched out, and they keep hitting the DMs in the Discord. It's like, man, we working, we trying to figure out, and they keep on like every day, every day. It's like, and it gets aggravating a little bit. But I could understand from an investor's point that you spent this money, and you're not able to claim rewards and everything. It's like it's frustrating. But so I'm glad they figured something out.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize that people were upset, but people get upset,
Yeah, I mean,
and our man Truck can handle it. I am switching the title because, of course, I've got the wrong tag again. Crow Swap official. That's a lot of digits, but I
Yeah.
got it in here. And I want the people to know before we get started here. It's about 4:30, and how many people we got? Almost 40. Doing good. Um, this is an AMA for the community. There is nothing changing hands but information, and we're happy to have Crow Swap official in the house.
Hey guys, thanks. And I enjoyed listening to your child wreck you because I can't tell you how many business calls I've been on where things have been quiet up to the very last second, and then all of a sudden I get on the call and all freaking mayhem unleashes behind me.
And you can't really mute a phone. I've definitely ended some call. These kids, I'm glad everybody relates because I leave the mic on.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's one of those. I've joked with some of my family members that I had to change my entire biological system around because my kids would always find ways of screwing up when I would go in the bathroom or take a shower or get on a phone call. So
Yeah, I think that's why I do everything between like 8:30 p.m. and 2 in the morning. Like that's when I'm most effective.
yeah, when they're gone or when they're in sleepy land. So, but hey, thanks for having us. So we are in launch week. So we're hitting phase 2 of a multi-phase launch. So we just closed out our community development fund. We closed that out last night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Between the community development fund and our private investor raise, we've raised over in a bear market over $500,000 for development.
Wow.
So we're pretty excited about that. Obviously, it would have been nicer to have gotten a little bit more, but we had some pretty substantial headwinds with the markets in the last week and a half. Well, last couple months, but last week and a half especially. So that's pretty cool. The beauty of that is it has caused us. We have. A good portion of that 500K is literally locked for 12 months. So it's not like the investors who raised outside of the community development fund. They will slowly over the 12-month period gain access to their CROS tokens, so it's not like they will have it all on day one. So that's really cool. We have our CROS launchpad starting tomorrow. That's going to be kind of rough estimate around 2 p.m. Eastern, probably closer to 3. We'll probably start closer to 2 and end at 3. So that will be an overflow launchpad that will run for 48 hours. And at the end of that, so between the 22nd, 23rd, we will be doing a lot of setup to launch with the DEX itself on the 23rd. In that 24-hour period after the CROS launchpad, we will be, setting the liquidity. And any funds that are raised in the launchpad itself are going one-to-one into the liquidity pairing. Minus whatever. Actually, not minus because we're doing it on our own DEX. It's going one-to-one straight into the LP pairing. So that's pretty exciting. So this week we have the launchpad, the DEX on Friday the 23rd, and then on the following Wednesday the 28th, we'll be launching the farms and pools. Now we do have a little bit of a window between the DEX launch and the farms and pools. And the reason for this is we want to make sure that we have a good baking out period. One of the hugely different things about our DEX is we're not a fork. We're not taking a clone of somebody who may already be on chain or on another EVM chain and just dropping their code in place. We have gone through every last bit of the code to review what it's doing, optimize it, upgrade it to newer versions of the technology, diamondize the contract so that in future it makes it easier for us to do upgrades. We've been doing all that, and a lot of testing has gone into it as well. There was something that we came across during the testing phase, and this should be telling to many different people. The Kronos testnet did not have a contract for wrapped Chrome. What does that mean? It means no one's ever tested a DEX that's gone live on mainnet, on Kronos testnet. So
that means every DEX has just literally been forked straight to the mainnet.
Yep.
Exactly. So
and
if you
usually
launch
Uniswap.
is this, you're saying that this was built from scratch? It didn't start as a fork at all?
We have been we took portions of Uniswap and we have upgraded it and modified it. So we took the Uniswap version 2 for the DEX and liquidity pools. Farms and pools we're largely doing ourselves. And pretty much every other feature we're pretty much doing ourselves. What we've found is there are a lot of interesting ways that people have built their code and put it out there, but oftentimes they're inefficiencies and bugs that have just been copied and cloned all over the place. This is why when we started our first project on the Kronos chain, we were able to actually reduce gas fees quite a bit because we realized that there were just some non-optimized pathways that people were taking. So we're building a lot of our stuff from the ground up. If we see a piece of code that's working very well, maybe it's not on the latest security patches, maybe it's not in a diamond contract at that point, we'll upgrade it and potentially leverage it that way. Not saying that everything that's out there is bad, but there's not a piece of the code that's going straight one-to-one from another project or another source into this project. Everything has been upgraded, everything has been written from our own standpoint.
Right. Yeah, I didn't mean any shade. There's no sense in reinventing the wheel here. So I agree. Taking one and then changing it so much and making it your own. Absolutely, that's awesome,
yeah,
and it speeds up the process too.
We all noticed that there was a big uptick in dexes, and people were realizing how easy it was to fork one. And all the ones that we have partnered with are great. We're big fans, and to see what CrowSwap is doing is great because it's innovation, and we need that on Kronos. And the amount of fundraising, like, that's just mind blowing.
Yeah, and
Well, our friends over at the lab, they're building one from scratch, and you see how long that's taking. So, I mean, it's wonderful that they're doing it, and I'm super stoked, and I can't wait till it comes out. But at the same time, it just goes to show everyone how long it takes to build a Dex from scratch. And then, this CrowSwap has been coming for so long, and it even started as a fork, and look how long it's taken to get to the point that they want to release it. So I just wanted to show that, right? That you can fork anything and have it out tomorrow. But, if you want to customize it and do something really cool, and make it your own, it takes time.
Exactly. Yeah, you obviously people have been dropping stuff on the chain, and they've either not been testing and just winging a prayer, and just putting it in. Now, I mean, I'd say that the vast majority of we really only at this point see two competitors, which of course are VVS and MMF. There are lots of other dexes that are out there. Most have almost no assets that they currently have. We are creating tools to help projects vacate those dexes. So that is a feature that we're adding in right now. So we will be reaching out to lots of projects to see if they want to move.
Do you guys have any type of like this is out of left field, but do you have any type of like dust feature for all the tiny amounts of tokens that some people have in their wallets from being here for so long?
No, that's not something. I mean, that's more on the wallet side, which we're not currently engaged in.
I have another question for you. How about are you doing anything with liquid staking and the B Crow that Argo is brought into the chain?
I would have to.
The two big ones have definitely done
that. We may be looking at it at a different name, so I'll probably have to take that one back because I don't think that I recognize that one. That was liquid staking.
Yeah, liquid staking. Argo brought liquid staking to Kronos. It's something that existed on Ethereum already, but they didn't have anything over here. I just didn't know if you guys were implementing anything to go or work along with that.
I hear it is part of the roadmap. It's not one that I've personally worked on yet.
Cool. Yogi, we got.
Hey, can you answer any questions about Kronos nodes? Because y'all all part of the same team, huh?
Yeah, I can answer questions about Kronos nodes.
Okay, so I only have 2 nodes, but I let them expire. I didn't pay the monthly fee because I didn't at the time. Right now, I actually didn't even make enough last time to cover the monthly fee.
Yep.
So if I see things will start picking up, could I just pay the monthly fee and they'll be back activated?
Yes. So our nodes are NFTs that are in your wallet.
Right.
So what will happen is at that point when you reactivate the wallet, is those nodes from that point onward would start generating rewards again until the next maintenance period. So that would be there. If you had any outstanding rewards that you hadn't claimed from before the nodes went inactive, you could also claim them at that point as well. You can technically claim any of the outstanding rewards now if you had any out there.
No, I claimed right at the same time. Yeah, I was just curious. I'm gonna hold them. It just right now it's not feasible for me. I don't, it's not paying me. It's not even paying my monthly fee. So I figured, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna redo it. So,
yeah.
but I'll wait. things pick up, if they start picking back up, catching traction again, I'll definitely activate them again.
Well, we have a lot of things that are tied. So Kronos Node and CroSwap are part of the same ecosystem, and that's one of the things that we're trying to do from a CroSwap perspective is build out horizontally from an ecosystem perspective. And one of the features that we're doing, and we actually made adjustments to this today because we finally got our final numbers on the investor level, is we have actually gone back and taken a look at our exchange fees. And for example, on the exchange fee side, we're doing a couple different things and with a bit more power than we did before. So, or at least we're planning on. So for example, for swaps, every DEX takes a portion of the swap. Technically, it's in LP tokens. It's not necessarily a tax like you would get with VAT or GST or sales tax. But of the LP tokens that are collected as part of the swap fees, 10% of that get converted back to assets like Crow or something of that nature, USDC. 10% of that is going to be going back to the USGF, so the Sustainable Growth Fund. So that's what up until the last week has been funding a few hundred to $1,000, $1,500 worth of cron buybacks to feed back into the rewards vault. That's from where we're going and doing farming and yield farming and stuff like that. But going forward with CroSwap, 10% of the general fees that get collected for swaps, that will feed back into the USGF to grow that particular funds. That helps us grow the business, helps us to do buybacks where we need to, etc. And then we also get 10%. 10% has been allocated to buyback cron. So depending on the amount of volume that goes through, that could be fairly substantial, based off of those volumes. And we are also looking at the funds that get collected as a result of the various transactions that occur. By and large, what we try to do when we're looking at points where funds are typically collected across a DEX, we try to optimize where things are going from a funds perspective. A lot of times it's either going to the USGF or it's going back to buybacks, and in some cases buybacks and burns. So we're looking at a lot of those kinds of things to try and make sure that the sustainability of the overall ecosystem is where we need it to be. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, I'm gonna let Murph go first real quick. What's up, Murph? That was Yogi's question, right? You're cutting out, buddy. Yeah, I can't hear that at all. You're gonna have to get closer to something. Try that. Bach is up here. Bach, you got questions for CroSwap? Emojis. Yogi, you're satisfied with the answer? I like that the volume on the DEX can create not just sustainability for the node project, but maybe positive price action on cron. I know there's a lot of long-term cron holders in here.
And you're talking to one as well. I've got, I'm as invested. I started off kind of in this process with the team, kind of partial, and then kind of moved in heavy with CroSwap. So I've started off as an investor and have moved into being part of the team. So I've definitely want to see that move, and the team also wants to see that continue to grow, because sustainability is a big pillar to our ethos, as well as education, growing the ecosystem, improving the ecosystem. You know, we've, as part of releasing croswap as well as Kronos node, you know, we recently released out there, free to everyone in the Kronos network, the ability to use multisig. So people that are building contracts will have the ability to, you know, put better controls in place. Prior to us releasing that, there wasn't a good multi-sig solution. I think right as we were getting ready to put it out there, another project put out a multi-sig
Phoenix Finance.
Yeah, a paid version of it, but
yeah, that just came out
with a different product. I mean, but we're using Gnosis Safe, which is you know, used heavily across the network, multiple EVMs. We basically funded for them to come into the Kronos network.
all right. I got you. Murph is coming back up. Let's get a little mic check.
Can you tell them why it's not okay for me to be watching?
Yeah, because it rots your brain.
Then why are you on that every day?
This is my job, buddy.
Get a job, a real job.
Woo! He's
Again,
gonna come up with some better stuff, honestly. Murphy, can I get a mic check? It's a rough day. Twitter might be bugging, or people need to get better phones. I know I do. Speaking of which, all this is mobile, right?
yeah. Mobile and Wi-Fi, because you can't speak on a desktop with Twitter, unfortunately.
Levi, yeah, I know.
For people that only come in like occasionally, it's funny.
Yeah, he's good for 10. He's good. I give him a hard time. I'm tough on my kids, dude.
Shit, in 3 years he won't even talk to you.
Yeah, that's what everyone keeps telling me. But I'll make him talk to me.
Yeah, it doesn't work. They just sit there and looking at you like you're weird.
I don't know. Mine are 9 and 10, and they already act like teenagers. So I'm ready for it. Whatever it is. Sweeps, what's up, buddy?
So I got a question for croswap. Okay, so I saw that Phoenix Finance, so they have a multi-sig wallet going on. So that's a paid version. So on croswap, so tell me like what types of sort of scenarios, like we were looking at a multi-sig for something that we're working on. I don't know, sort of elaborate, I guess, so everybody sort of realizes the potential in this for like projects and stuff like that, if you could.
Yeah, so I mean, the Gnosis Safe has got lots of documentation out on their GitHub, as well as various other mediums. But the idea is that when you're setting up your contracts, when you're setting up the components that actually store funds, or have the ability to affect the balances of those funds, you set up your multi-sig on those contracts so that it's not, if any one wallet gets compromised, it's not a situation where those funds are gone. With multi-sig, you can set it up with 3, 5, whatever number of signers that have to acknowledge the request in order for the change to go through. So it is from an investor's perspective, ideal to make sure that that is something that is out there. From an overall perspective, I mean, it's prior to this last month, the scary thing is out there because multi-sig didn't exist on the Kronos network. Is it means that every project was pretty much at the whim of the project holders' security around their wallet.
Yeah. Do you think? I mean, if we had multi-sig this whole time, you think that would have solved a lot of problems on this chain?
It helps in just about any chain. The problem is most projects don't have their own in-house developers, which is why they fork. The Kelowna project, you don't have to have deep development experience. So oftentimes what they'll do is if they need to implement a change, they'll go out to someone that they think is reputable or a contract service, someone that they find. And if you get a bad actor in that process, and we've talked to quite a few as part of some of our other lines of business, and it is just devastating what can happen in that you get people, just bad actors will go in, insert a line of code. Next thing that project owner knows, they're drained. And it's all because they didn't have the proper controls in place.
I got you. Work. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, it has nothing to do with what you guys are talking about, but I was excited because I watched the first half of Clerks 3 last night. I don't know if anybody got a chance to see it during its limited release, but there's a character named Blockchain, and also BitBoy Crypto makes an appearance as a member of the Christian Crypto Club. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I could tell a lot of funny BitBoy stories. Now you're here, man. Thank you for the left turn. Jim Star, what's going on with you, dude?
Hey, yo, what's up, Alpha? And what's up, everybody? Yeah, I have a question for CrowSwap, Dex.
Sure.
I see you launched your RPC a couple of months ago or weeks ago. How did you raise the funds for that, and how are you integrating the funds you're going to be getting from the RPC into the DEX as a whole? And if you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, no, the RPC is really, that's not something you make money off of at all. Quite frankly, we added it because we were running into so many different performance issues with the RPCs that were out there that for our own mental sanity, we added the RPC. And that's pretty much what it's there for. So we'll be integrating that with CrowSwap for all of our internal transactions. We do recommend in a lot of cases when people come back to us and they say, why is this acting slow? And the first thing we ask them is, which RPC are you talking or are you connecting to?
Yeah, that's been the experience of all of the major projects on Kronos, and I think the majority of them did the same thing. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, it's Phoenix that just put their project out for their multi-sig, their paid multi-sig. In their documentation, oh, by the way, we're connecting to the CrowSwap RPC.
Okay, I see where the vibe is coming from. I got you.
So I'm getting kicked under the table. I need to make sure that we need to make sure that there are a few things that are out there just so that marketing is happy with me. With our launch pad that's starting tomorrow, we do have a randomly selected $1,000 prize equivalent. So it's for anyone that puts in or stakes 2,500 Crow into the launch pad, their wallet will be registered in a random drawing. And inside of that random drawing, they'll be able to get 1,000 or sorry, 100 USDC. That's CRC20. I feel like I have to put that in there from time to time.
Yeah, it's important, definitely.
It's like people will join these calls and go, but I want it in ETH.
Right? Because for people on Kronos, that's a beautiful thing, and they don't even usually ask because we're just sending them CRC20 USD all the time. But yeah, if it's somebody that doesn't have Kronos yet, it is still a pain in the butt to get Kronos on your MetaMask.
So the other cool thing about it is the winner will get a Keystone Pro hardware wallet, and our Wallet Connect. We're actually in one of the things we need to finish this week before we finish up is we have tested connections with Trezor, Ledger, and Keystone with the DEX, which is really cool. The winner will also get a gold noti. That's that's one of our collections. One Crow Skull original NFT, one Boomer Squad NFT, one Argonaut NFT, one Kronos Chimp Club NFT, one Croge NFT, one Fury Mouse NFT, one Marbleverse NFT, and an Undead Space Apes NFT. So it's quite a grab bag in the event that you win. So that's for people that put in that stake 2,500 crow.
2,500 crow starting when and ending when?
So it's going to start roughly between 2 and 3 tomorrow. That's Eastern time on the 20th, and it's going to run for 48 hours.
Eastern Standard Time, the only standard time. God bless you, my friend. I love the fact that this is like a real Kronos there's only one way to ask this, right? So is there any CDC backing or Kronos Labs or Particle B or anything like that?
No, we are doing this on our own.
Awesome.
And we're also doing our own, and I think I can't remember if I mentioned it or not, we've got our own Qatar World Cup sweepstakes. That'll be coming out in early October. So that will be 32 really cool looking NFTs that you can mint randomly. And all the way through the group stages of the World Cup, you can mint. 80% of the mint price is going to a prize pool. 10% will be going to Crow liquidity, and another 10% will go to business costs because there are costs. But 80% will go to a prize pool. Plus, we have some partnerships that will very likely be donating into that prize pool. So it's an unlimited mint. So it's one of those. If it's only I think it's $25 per ticket for the sweepstakes. Unlimited entry, and if you happen to get a lot of the same winning team, you get X. It'll be broken down. The prize pot will be broken down to the winner of the World Cup. All the holders of the World Cup winning team will get a portion of the prize pool, and that will be sent out automatically.
Oh, that's super cool, man.
And
I love when when grassroots Kronos does it better than CDC.
Well, in this particular case, trading will not be enabled until the group stages are over. So mint will be available until group. So if you until the end of group. So people that are familiar with World Cup, you get all 32 teams playing against each other, and they're in the various groups, not like all against each other, but inside the groups. That takes some time. Once they're done with that phase, then you get the final 16 that come out of groups. At that point, we'll open up trading. Probably on Nemesis Bay, but we'll have to see because we may have our own marketplace open at that point. It all depends on timing. And at that point, we'll allow people to trade, and trade will be enabled right up until the final. As soon as the final starts, we'll turn trade off. And then once the game is over, we'll take the results of the holdings at that point, send out the funds, and then we'll turn trading back on in the event that people want to have the NFT itself, do trading of it on its own, because they are actually really cool pieces of art that the team put together.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. I wanted to ask about the tokenomics of Cros, because we know Cron, but we are new to Cros.
From a Cros perspective, it is a token. It is the utility token for the DEX itself, so it'll be used predominantly in farms and pools. From that perspective, it will behave in similar fashions to, if you're familiar with Pancake Swap or MMF, it will behave in a very similar fashion to Cake and I think it's MMO. But we do have our supply. It is in our white paper, docs.croswap.com, if anybody's interested. The allocation, we've got 400 million allocated towards community. This is in the forms of emissions from farms and pools. Sorry, dog's going to start barking here in a second. We do have some allocated to the development team, some allocated towards marketing and channel partners, like, for example, centralized exchange listings. We actually did lower this percentage and increased the overall community today because we, as part of the raise, we finally got our final investor numbers. So, when we first were putting these allocations together, we were in a slightly different climate several months ago. So now we know what our climate is, and we're putting more and more of that back into the community rather than trying to save it for centralized exchanges.
Yeah, so we heard how much money you guys raised, but are you publicizing how many investors you have, especially since it is mostly retail investors?
So it's roughly the way it breaks out to, and I'll just do a quick back of the napkin. 268 investors. Almost all of them are small dollar.
That's awesome.
So the good thing there is they're small dollar. They're not whales. The investors that invested with us outside of the CDF, they have their assets are time locked. So linearly, over a 12-month period, those will age out and they'll be able to maneuver most of those funds depending on whatever their business needs or personal needs are. But it's not like at day one they're going to be able to have a major impact.
Well, I told everybody at the beginning that this is not a paid AMA or a sponsorship of any sort. And honestly, dude, I got to know your secret, because we have 322 holders in the Thunder Token project out of 418, because we lost 2. Rest in peace. I can't get them to put together more than 20K in 3 months in liquidity. How do you get $500,000 with less people than that? It's amazing.
It's a lot of legwork.
Gotta light a fire under some asses around here. That's what I gotta do.
Well, a lot of it is that when you can, we were able to go out because we've been working on this for so long, and we also had the Kronos Nodes project as a starter. We've been able to go out and demonstrate the abilities of the team in front of investors. So, it is kind of where we are. And as I'm again getting kicked under the table, it's the power of the crofam.
There it is. That's what we like. Nah, it really is. It sounds corny every time we say it, but it's true.
Yeah, I'm one of the scrum masters, so
I got you.
they don't put me in front of the community very often.
It's really good to have you up here. Jim Star, you got a question? What's up?
Yeah, I do have a question. Just quickly for Crow Swap. Why would I want to put my crow in the farms when I can get the harbor somewhere else? Or, is there more than one ways to get the harbor rewards from?
So one of the differentiators between us and some of the other projects that are out there, and this is where being first or being later to a market is not necessarily a bad thing. You guys are probably familiar with certain events that happened in April, I believe it was around April, where another competitor allowed their primary farms and pools tokens to be paired with a fraudulent project. That fraudulent project basically nuked their utility token. We will not allow that to happen. Our farms and our launch pads, farms and pools, those are going to go through very strict requirements. So we will be able to protect those assets in a different way from that perspective. We're also looking at from a fee perspective to include in a large amount of buyback and burn of the utility token as fees are being collected. That will allow for stability of the token as the DEX is adopted. We are providing a lot of tools to projects to join the DEX itself, so that we can get a lot of growth from that perspective. We're also providing a lot of vehicles for projects to move to the DEX. Giving them the ability to move their liquidity from one DEX to our DEX using a fairly simple process. So
yeah, you had mentioned that earlier, and I'm glad you brought it back up because I didn't get a chance to ask this question earlier. What is this mechanic? Is this something where you'll actually move the LP without breaking it first?
Basically, it allows us to move the LP from one router onto our router and basically reassign the LP. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's something that has been done on other networks. We've gone through, reviewed. Again, you look to see who's possibly done it in the past, and we're going through and we're improving it so that we don't have to create a contract every time we want to do it. We want to be able to create a contract that the project owner can basically go in and select, the router that they're currently working with, and then select ours, and then just click a couple other buttons and it's moved.
That'll be great news to a couple of people that I know. So
yeah, especially if they're kind of tied to DEXs that may not have been able to get out of the gates.
That's
Yeah.
brilliant. Just one more thing, sorry, Alpha. The last time with the notes, you kind of launched when the market was down. Is that your game plan now? Because there you go again, launching now, and the crow is crashing. Are you shorting crow?
No, we are not shorting crow. You know, we wake
It's a
up in
good
the
question though,
morning.
Jimmy.
Yeah, we wake up in the morning every day, and it's like, okay, what's going on with the roller coaster? You know, yeah, I learned very painfully myself. Again, I kind of started this journey uh, uh, in as an investor. I moved things over from a stable currency, waiting for the Kronos thing to launch, and in the process, I watched Crow just plummet.
Yeah, you know
So,
what? Like, I'm gonna let Cutie go, but how do you feel about a quick AMA on you and how you got started?
sure.
That's my favorite thing to do. Cutie, what's up?
Hey, I just wanted to, real quick, I have a little piece of an artwork I can tweet and then post to the top real quick so you all can see it for the coffee bag and then give your ideas. What do you think, Alpha?
I think that's amazing. It hasn't even been an hour. It's been like a half hour.
I know. And you'll notice it says Island Thunder across it because I watermark it. So just because you have people out there that try and take shit. So
Yes, ma'am.
I'll go ahead and post it.
Thank you. That is dope. And on that note, we got 7 minutes until our second 420. Hey, Bo. How you doing? My wife is home, and I want to ask how you found Kronos the first time.
I'd say the biggest thing for me was I had employees globally that were negatively impacted by the pandemic, and we had to get funds all over the planet quickly, and PayPal was crucifying me in the process. So, crypto.com debit cards were kind of a godsend from that perspective. So that's how Kronos, the network itself, made the most sense to me.
Yeah, so that's sorry. That's so I never got the crypto.com card. Sorry, I gotta get away from my kids. So it's a sore subject for me, but I love hearing about other people winning with the cards, and it sounds like this was super beneficial to a lot of people. But a lot of people find crypto.com and never even know about Kronos or look into it.
Well, I mean, it's the sex versus dex. So, most people are going to stop at Coinbase, or they're going to stop at Robinhood, or they're going to stop at Binance. They're not going to go that extra step into the decentralized exchange because they don't realize that they don't act in the sex that they don't realize that they don't actually own their tokens.
Yeah, the sex is not that good, right?
I've known, unfortunately, I know a few people that lost quite a few Bitcoins a few years ago, thinking that the sex was a safe place to be.
We tell everybody every single day in here, own your keys, own your crypto. Don't tell your seed phrase to anybody.
Yeah.
And if the sex ain't good, you just move, right?
Sorry,
Put it on the DeFi. Sorry, I was trying to be funny. It didn't really work. I don't know. My bad.
No,
it's a Canadian thing.
I think I missed the first syllable or something.
No, I'm glad you took the extra step and made it into DeFi, because then you found CrowSwap as an investor, right?
I found Kronos nodes as an investor, and then got engaged on the CrowSwap side. So got engaged there about midway through the Kronos node's life cycle and got engaged pretty heavy after the launch. And then it's been from there. But hey, we have a winner, I am told. So the magicians in the background that always keep track of these things for me, because otherwise I would be a mess trying to pick people out of the Twitter space. Because it's just amazing that you guys aren't hearing my phone beep this time, like every other space. Let me pull it up. It is Astronaut. So Astronaut, please follow us and send us your wallet address for that 100 USDC on CRC20.
Astronaut, I know that guy. That's awesome. Congratulations. And we've had like 80 something people in here the whole time. So well deserved for the whole crowd.
Alpha, sorry to interrupt. I'm trying to get that to share on the Jumbotron, and for some reason, I must be doing something wrong because it's not working.
No, I see it. Island Thunder Coffee art draft. It just popped up. Yeah, and we put Morning Thunder on top of that.
Oh yeah, this, like I said, it's just a draft. I use the jungle background. You see the coffee mug and the coffee spilling upward, and then you have the little thunder coin on the mug.
I love it. We have mugs like that in this house.
Nice. So whatever text you need on it or anything like that can be done, but that's just kind of an idea of what I thought about. So, just gives you an idea.
That's really, really cool. And the fact that you can whip stuff up that fast is a real asset
So good
to this community. Yeah.
So for text-wise, what is it that you are thinking you want in the bags? You want Morning Thunder, or is it going to be just Thunder Island, and then it's going to be a simple text on each bag when they print them? What is it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Did we ever get the template to open?
Yes, I do have the template open. So that was easy.
I think all we're adding is Morning Thunder and then a short description.
Okay.
So I will get you the short description.
Sounds like a plan. Okay.
We've been moving baby steps with this coffee project, but
oh yeah,
that's because
definitely
we've been taking it a little more seriously than I think all the other projects that got involved. We had.
Or you're just trying to overthink the process too much.
Well, we wanted the community to be involved with it, and that extends the process by a lot longer than we expected.
and you measure twice and cut once.
Yes, sir.
Well, at least here's a start for you, and then we can work and move forward and hopefully get it done real soon for you.
Thank you, Cutie, and happy 420, everybody, in the central time zone. It ain't the Eastern time zone, but it's close enough for us. We love all you guys.
This means you guys get
happy birthday, whoever's birthday it is. Should we check the charts? It's been a little bit of a reversal since our show this morning. As with most shows, the market did a 180. And yeah, ETH is almost back at 1,400. That's interesting, man.
That's a good thing.
And Cosmos is at $16. That's all I care about. You know who's pumping? ApeCoin. Where'd that come from? 18% today. $6. $6.20. Interesting. So tell me, does CrowSwap hold assets of other projects?
We do. So that's in our Universal Sustainability Growth Fund. So what we try to do with that is we set the farm. It's multi-chain. So we put a lot of this stuff looking at fairly stable investments that are growing and that's the majority of the asset class. We then also we are working towards being able to have validators on not only the Kronos network, but also on other networks, so that we have good, stable revenue coming in from there that are also helping the ecosystems.
And what's the game plan on that? Because this is something we've been talking about a lot in here, especially since we partnered up with Club Crow, or not really but we're big on Club Crow, which is the community's first attempt at a validator, and it's a crypto.org validator because of the fact that CDC has to hand you. Yeah. So what's the game plan for that?
Well, I mean, our game plan, at least on this network, is to build up enough Crow in the USGF so that we can, at that point, with our broad resume of everything else we're doing for the network, put in our application to get a validator. I think right now you have to have, in order to be successful in getting yours through, you have to have like 4 million Crow, if I remember correctly, just to get into the top 100 that will be eligible for validators. And ideally, we want to be able to do that across multiple chains. That's a good, it's a good offset from a risk perspective than just coin and project speculation. You're getting into the transaction layer that way. So by trying to build your portfolio, just like you would in the outside non-crypto world, you want to have assets in different kinds of classes. And, we want to have some that are pretty conservative, some that are transactional in nature, and then also have some that have a fair amount of risk associated to them, because that's probably where you're going to get a lot of risk reward out of it. So that's kind of how we're looking at and treating our USGF, or our how we intend on growing it. Ideally, in time, we want to get it north of 7 figures, or at least get it to 7 figures. At that point, it's its own self-sustaining nuclear reaction.
What's 10 million? Is that $10 million?
Seven figures is getting it. Getting to 7 figures, you're looking at $1 million. Getting it north of 7, and you're talking the 10 range. But between those two numbers, which are pretty wide range, you get to the point where your returns are easily covering growth, and your ability to fund projects, your ability to do buybacks, all those things just get so much easier at that point.
I hear you. And what is what's the group's forecast on users on Kronos? I know we're coming up on 1 million wallets pretty soon, but what are the forecasts you guys are thinking?
Well, I mean, when we've been going out to investors, we basically took the worst days of the bear market and used that to kind of come up with where we thought we would be. And, it's going to take us a long time to get to the point where we're very healthy. But, as we build out features and functionality, we're looking for it to become a one-stop shop. When I go into some of the competitors' websites, and they've got a lot of different products that are listed there, but each single time you have to go into each hyperlink, you've got to relog back in. Ours, you're going to be in there single sign-on. If you're a project owner, you've got single sign-on with your wallet plus 2FA to make sure that you're actually the person who's supposed to be making updates, so that you can't negatively impact your project. So we're looking to do a lot of cool stuff, make it fairly centralized, all underneath one giant umbrella.
I like what I'm hearing. I'm pretty sure the rest of them do too, because we get a lot more questions when things aren't copacetic. And this crofam, man, they've turned into quite the little blockchain detectives. I'm pretty proud of everybody. You know, they're very proficient on Chronoscan. They know how to track down wallets. They know how to follow the money. They're doing good.
And that's where, again, I look at it as we're pretty much all a small investor at this point. It's not like it's a huge investor class. You know, there's not someone who's dropped millions of dollars that are fronting us or anything like that. So
that's been another big subject. And it's not like we're against VC funding as a theory, right? It's just like the way that this shit went down over the past couple of months.
It's just a giant
it doesn't
money
sit
grab.
right with the people around here.
Yeah, it was a giant money grab. You know, you keep throwing the same fork of another fork of another fork of another fork until there's nothing else coming out of it.
Whoa! I think we were talking about Kronos Cruisers, not MMF here. Whoa!
Yeah,
Fire.
I didn't say anything.
Take it
I didn't
as
say
you will,
anything.
man. Nobody said MMF but you, Sweeps. Oh man, we kid a lot of people, and that's what God hates crofam is for. So, thanks to them for getting it all out there. Did everybody get it all out? Are we all friends again? I sure hope so. Because like you were saying, man, the centralized vibe is what we're going for. Not CDC centralized, community grassroots centralized. Let's get under one big umbrella. It's cheaper, it's more efficient, keeps everybody dry, and we get more done. So just, man, honestly, bro, it's just fucking egos. We just need a bunch of egos to chill.
We're looking for. So not only are we looking to bring projects in, but we're also looking for projects to interact with other projects. So I know that there may be some strong feelings about Hijack, but if you think about it, you have the ability at that point. We're battling
no
NFTs
hard feelings, bro. I'm over it. I'm good.
You know, we're battling NFTs. It's against our own project, but who's to say we don't open the door for other projects that have at least similar gas prices to get further exposure into those projects?
Yep, I dig it.
You know, different game mode, obviously, but it's completely out there. Same thing that happens. You can NFTs, tokens. You know, how do you get exposure across other projects? You know, broaden the family that way.
Yeah, we've been seeing some really interesting things pop up recently, like advertisement space in Crotopia, metaverse links. So like, and same thing in Chronoverse, linking websites and stuff like that. But yeah, we need a lot more between projects. Truck, what's going on with you?
Oh, nothing. Finish your conversation. I'm talking. I got my hand up for something totally different.
Oh, I got you.
No,
You're running a space at 6:30 about King Tut.
No. I'm looking at this transaction that came from. It looks like they dropped into 200 wallets. It's a CNS voucher, CNS USDC. Looks like it was 15.5 of those dropped to 200 wallets about 4 hours and 42 minutes ago. I was going to ask if anybody else.
Something scammy?
I don't know what it is. CNS, Kronos Name Services voucher. I don't know, but 15.1.5. And I mean, 4 hours and 42 minutes ago.
Maybe CNS is doing something, but
well, it just looked a little sketch to me. I didn't know if any of you guys seen it.
See something, say something.
Yes,
Thank you, Truck.
That's it right there. But I'll go back. I'll put my hand back up and talk about this later.
Okay. I just mixed two different types of herbs together, and it hit like a freight train. Don't put your hand back up.
That's where it's supposed to stay. It's like this. Yes.
You got a question for Crow Swap, dude? Because If you've been listening, you should.
I'm in the Discord and I read and I stay up to date. I don't have
Are
too
you
many
for real? And you got no questions for him?
bro. I've been following Crow Swap, Chronos Node, like the whole thing for since February. I was
Are you
actually
hijacking?
no, I'm not doing any of that. I was like number 19 or 20 in their Discord when they first opened up. I've been there, still
Okay,
there,
Mr. Discord. I
and will
got you.
continue to keep reading and staying abreast to the
Okay,
information.
Mr. Booksmart.
Whatever.
Well, feel free to say hi. I'm Wrecked Boomer on the on Discord.
Wrecked Boomer. All right. Cool.
My name is the same everywhere I'm go. I'm just what the fuck in a truck.
My boy's wicked smart. But the fuck in the truck. That way we know who you are everywhere you go.
But to kill the silence, I will say that yeah, at 6:30 I am holding a space to discuss some of the some of the updates to the Chorus project, and we can move forward. We figured out a few of these little things that happen
I
in
thought you had
Web3.
already fixed it, like the send between the wallets thing.
No,
Because
the
that's
send
what
between the
Yogi
wireless
said.
thing is cool. Yeah. It looks like what my cousin was saying is like a block timer. So it's
Yeah.
there to control the emissions, and I'll be able to go into it later in detail when I get into that space. But right now,
Well,
it's all
I'm
about
glad we're
Thunder
talking
Token.
tokenomics. I
Look,
don't think
one
I
thing at a
finished my
time.
what?
One thing at a time, bro. It's too many big words.
Well,
I got a headache.
your space is in an hour, so people are reminded to go there once again. But what I want to know is we didn't finish up with the crow swap tokenomics. What's the total supply and stuff like that? I know you guys
So
are done with the pre-sale.
yeah, so basically the token itself for farms and pools. So we have allocations for the launch pad, obviously, the launch pad for the investors, developers, and the channel partners. The rest of the token supply is tied into emissions because those are supporting farms and pools. We are burning, at least initially, quite a bit more tokens because we've got to build out the uh, the ecosystem around having more projects on pools and in farms. So for every block, we will be emitting 40 CROS tokens, 15 of which will be burned. Majority of the tokens themselves are going to pools, and a lesser extent are going to farms. Right now, because the pools themselves will be, as we're in the fairly early stages, we're talking to a couple projects right now to get them ported over, and also a few tokens that we're looking to help other projects create as other project offerings or other lines of business that those, as we build out a good stable of pools, the allocation that's currently in the white paper will be fulfilled with what's there. But in the interim, instead of having a glut of CROS tokens allocated to pools that are not really needing that volume, we're actually going to be burning more of those as well. So the emissions are going to be fairly modest from that perspective. Overall, there's not like tons and tons of it going out with every block, but we're also going to be, from an overall perspective, as you go in and you look at our various, like for example, we get to launch pads. We're going to be looking at, as we're bringing in launch pads for various projects. So we're going to have our own launch pad for public use. And 10% of the fees that we bring in for those are going straight to buyback and burn. So they'll buy Cros, and they'll burn it. And we're going to be doing that pretty much through most of our fee structure to try and keep the general supply. It's a fine balance to make sure we have enough supply, but it's also a fine balance to make sure that as we're bringing in revenues, that we are looking for ways to keep the price stable.
And this is
Now
like the
that's
big dilemma,
benefit.
right? It's like we're all, or those of us that are, leading token projects, we're all fighting the same fight, which is trying to increase holders and increase circulating supply without deflating the price. And there's a
Exactly.
lot of different strategies that we've seen. The vesting schedules have been the new the new kid on the block. It was like minted and MTD and not M share, whatever Crodex just did. M Hub. Both had similar vesting schedules with 4 different locks, and it did stay. Like, you see what it did to MTD. Definitely seems effective. Do you guys have any type of vesting periods?
Yeah, the linear locks that we have in place, we have that mainly for our largest. So, for example, our marketing fund is, or the token allocation for marketing is linear locked over 12 months. So that means that every month the same number of tokens will get released for potential use. Now, if you go and look at the wallets that we had for marketing for Kronos nodes, almost all of it either just sat there because there's an inherent risk that when if you're using your own token for marketing, that what's the first thing that marketing person's going to do? They're going to turn around and sell it. So
That's what I was going to say.
we're predominantly saving that allocation to fund holdings that would have to go into a centralized exchange. So if we have to, when you're going into a centralized exchange, if we go down that path, you have to fund what goes into the centralized exchange from that perspective. That's one of the major costs that goes into just getting listed. So we're largely going to hold that. If you go back and look at the marketing wallet for Kronos nodes, there was almost no activity through most of that time period. And if anything, what we ended up doing is just chunking a bunch of it back in the rewards vault. Just going up, here we go. We're not using it. So have fun with the community. So outside of a centralized exchange, outside of the investment window that we've already now closed, that was our major aspect of that marketing wallet. So that's a wallet that's probably going to just sit there for some time. That's just going to unlock over a 12-month period. The development wallet, that's unlocking over a 24-month time window. So that's got an even longer time period. And those are outside of farms and pools, the major non-community based holders of Cross itself. What's going into what's coming out of the CDF, which is going to be, people are going to be able to go live with it and do whatever. You got your launch pad, obviously. That's, launch pads do what launch pads do. But outside of that, everything else is either emitting on a block schedule or it's time locked.
That's cool. And I'm glad that sorry for the crows. I'm glad the community can hear this stuff, because these are the kind of things that we tell them to look out for in a good way.
Like I said, it is important sometimes to not be first. It's important to observe and to learn and improve upon. Obviously some of the projects that were first into the market did really well, killed it, and then did what they do. Some are still around, others closed up shop. Got their wallets fat and walked off. That's clearly not what we've been doing this now. I think we've been working on Kronos now for over 6 months. We are here to stay.
Yeah, and that 2-year time frame, that's what we like to see also. We think every project should have a not necessarily a 2-year roadmap, but they should be definitely ready to.
Well, we're actually planned out to 3. Obviously, the further you get out, probably the more unrealistic the dates get, and certainly in an ever-changing environment, what was important to you now in 2 years probably not as important. Our roadmap changes every week. We add a new feature into the roadmap. When I was thinking that from a project perspective that we would probably be done with most of the development, by end of year, it's probably going to be well into Q1, early Q2, because we keep adding more stuff in.
Oh yeah, and I think everybody's getting used to that around here. Patience is a lot more than a virtue. We really need everybody to be patient with us. There's so much going on, so many moving parts to everything that the consumer doesn't see. And I don't know. I mean, we only have a half an hour left here. I really didn't even realize we could talk so long about this. But I've got more questions, and I'm sure people down there might too. So y'all can hit the mic button and feel free to come up here. We've also had such a great crowd this whole time. I want to give $50 to the first person that comes up here that's never been up here before. Like, where's my first time caller, long time listener?
I've never been up here before.
Shut the fuck up. Bunny's been up here. Bunny, I'll let him up. Cutie can come up too, but we gotta leave space for the newbies. What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up, guys?
Chilling.
Can I speak?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Sir.
Well, my name is Aries. I'm kind of like the little hype guy for Kronos. I just wanted to say I've been here from the beginning, and I have to say that the team is doing a really good job. I love everything they've done so far, and I'm gonna continue supporting the team. And every payday, man, I throw at least $50, man, to whatever they're doing, because I know the project is gonna succeed in the future. I know we in the bear market. It's the best time to load up your bags, because when the bulls come, I'm early, baby. I just want to, say thank you for the team for all the hard work, and I'm just gonna continue striving.
Awesome. No, I've definitely seen you in the Discord for quite a long time.
Yeah, Aries, I'm following you already, and it seems like for a long time.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? I do a couple of little videos for them, just to keep a little, the community hyped up, on times like this. And I like it. I appreciate it. Everything they done. I did won a contest one time with them. The graphics, we had a graphics, and I won that. But it's fun, when they do projects and they do giveaways and stuff like that. It's good that to see other people win and support the team. And yeah, I appreciate everything they're doing. So long term, this is gonna be a road to 100 news. I'm
That's
already
what's
half a
up,
wallet,
man.
so I'm pushing.
Social knows is sending her love.
I mean, I can't speak on behalf of CroSwap, but like I think they're blessed to have people like you investing in
Man,
it,
I
like
appreciate it. I really
on a
appreciate
weekly
it.
basis. Like that's what every project around here dreams about. That's dope, man. Aries, what brought you to Chronos for the first back in the day, the first time?
Well, I got rugged with B&B so much, and when Crow came out, I applied for the credit card. So that was my daily card
Another
to
card
use.
guy. That's two in a row. Y'all are keeping
Yeah,
track of me,
man, that
right?
card has done me. It pays my bills. It does everything for me. So if I need to send money to one of my wallets, I use Crow. And so when I there was a couple projects, new projects that came out before Chrome, and I was kind of late. I didn't know anything about news, but when they came out, let me give it a try, and I was there from the beginning. I got into the pre-sale, so I was I got everything from the beginning. This is the first project, and yeah, I'm kind of like stoked out. You know what I mean? That I'm this far. Because I didn't think I was gonna make it this far, but I have 57 nudes, 2 NFTs. Yeah, I'm straight.
I'm saying, man, that pre-sale, that was the thing. That was the thing to do. And
Yeah, I think I
it
was.
wasn't easy. Like, who put you onto it?
No, it wasn't. I guess I was just chatting and helping the community. You just being the hype guy. And there was like a few of us, that didn't make it to the whitelist. Just at the very end, we did. You know what I mean? Just for getting, levels up and being part of the community and just supporting. Yeah,
No,
I
that's
like.
right. We had a few. We were getting through the whitelist, and then we realized that I think we were on probably end of day one. We realized that we had a few whitelist spots where people didn't look like they were going to engage and use. So we went back through the community, asked all the moderators, went to the leads of the project, and then we plucked out the people from the community that had always been there and just hadn't gotten lucky to win a whitelist. And I
Yeah,
think that, gosh, we probably did that to like 25, 30 people.
That's obviously the right thing to do. Because these are the people that stick around.
Yeah.
yeah, that was pretty cool with the team. It was like 30 people around, and they gave us a chance, and everybody that they gave a chance came through. Still there.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Alpha, if you look at the top, go all the way to the left, you'll see that template with just an idea of that design on it. Mind you, it's just a draft, so the colors are off a little bit, but there you go.
That is awesome. That is so cool already. Professional. And like I was saying, it's an obvious difference already from the rest of the projects that have already made their coffee brands, because it looks very unique to us. There were a lot of logos, but nothing I saw that was specifically designed for the coffee. So super dope. Keep it up.
Thanks, Alpha. And like I said, DM me your ideas. Anybody else that has any ideas? I need the text that goes on there because, as you know, I don't know. The template is just general for that coffee, so I don't know what's supposed to stay on there and what's supposed to disappear. So I'll need, all that info. But at least we've got to start.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. We got some newbies up here. Key and Maz. What's up, guys?
What's up? What's up? What's going on, man? I actually just wanted to step up here, and I'm a mod actually with the Crow Navy for CrowSwap and Kronos Node. I just want to say, Alpha Man, I'm a big fan. Love the space. Love everything this space is about, and kind of bringing people together and helping each other out. I love that, man, and big fan. So I wanted to start off by saying that, and just want to throw this tidbit in there that we've actually been working with the team a good bit here the past 3-4 weeks now. Ever since 2 weeks before hijacking came out, they gave us access to do testing, and really ever since then, it's just been new layers of testing that has become available, and now actually for everybody in here, if anybody in here is actually a shipwright right now, we're doing anybody that got that role from our CDF, we're allowing all of those people with that role to actually go in and test, and the team is rolling out new things for them to test each day as well. So it's no longer even just the mods testing this stuff. We got people from the community testing too, which is really cool to be a part of.
Yeah, all you have to do is DM me your wallet inside of the CrowSwap distro. That's Rec Boomer, and I'll send over some T-Crow for you to do a little DJing. The guys did a fantastic job with Hijack. Oh my gosh, they went nuts on that thing. I was a little afraid that when we finally went live with the game mode that they were probably a little too addicted to it.
Yeah,
Definitely
I blew my shot way too early. I should have waited till I got home. But if you guys heard my story, you heard my story. I done bitched about it. I told CrowSwap I'm over it, so I'm over it.
All I can say is
I'm no good at hijacking. That's all.
You cannot be worse than Node V. Node V has got the all-time worst KD ratio when it comes to hijack.
Oh, good, because I was like, it ends up I was like fighting myself and losing. Like, it was no good.
It's one of those totally, like, we were in there the first day. We had a little bit of fun trying to get the gamification live, and we got it going. And first probably the first round or two, I happened to go up against Node V because we were testing at that point. And we're both just throwing nodes in, just like we're so tired. We've been doing this for like almost 36 hours. We're just like, gotta get it done. Game runs. I'm like moving off to the next thing, and all of a sudden he just starts cussing. And it's like, okay, let's do it again. Next round, more cussing. So yeah, his win loss. We harass him quite a bit about that. He's gotten pretty good about it, though.
Oh, that makes me feel so much better. Thank you very much.
It was, I think, probably the worst lobby in history. I think, if I remember correctly, 1 win, 6 losses, 2 burns. That was his lobby.
Oh, do you want me to pull mine up? I think it's worse. I think it's definitely.
I've only lost 1, and I think it was to you, Rect. I think you took my node. My first one that I minted. Alpha, I'm a mod in the Discord as well for CrowSwap and Kronos Node. I'm just saying hello. And I wanted to just pop in real quick. I'm in between clients at work at the moment. I'm a PT, so I'm about to go off and train someone else. But Aries, I just want to give you a shout out, brother, because you've been nothing but positive since day one. And man, I just wanted to say we truly appreciate it. I know all the team does, so I just wanted to show you some love. I'll pop out. You're in good hands with CrowSwap here, being Wrecked Boomer and Key as well. They're going to be able to answer lots of your questions and throw some at Key too. The man's a wizard. So I'll leave you guys now, but it was good popping in here, and I'm sure I'll pop in again to more of your spaces.
Nah, we're psyched to have you up here, man. I'm following you now. And
cheers, brother. Appreciate it.
I swear, bro, if you're if you just say first time caller, long time listener, You win $50. You were the first one up here, so
it's all right, brother. I won't keep it from the many people that are in here that deserve that money. All right.
Well, hit me with the Ox Addy so I can at least send you some thunder because you got to have some of that.
All right, brother. I'll do that for you.
Good word.
Be good. Thanks, man. All right.
Yes,
I'll catch you all later.
All right. Peace. Loving the vibes in here today, everybody. We got like 24 minutes until our third and final 420. If you guys have something coming up this week that you want to let us know about, hit that mic button. Come on up here. Will's coming up. And Bad Boy Bunny, I got a quick question for you, bro. Who'd you send that ETH to? Seriously, because that's not my address. Scare me with those screenshots. Hey, Will, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, Alpha?
Chilling.
I feel you. Just wanted to jump up and let everybody know tonight's that double header in the football squares. Got 4,400 Crow going out, and there's still 14 spots left. If anybody's not in.
For people that don't know about what you got going on, you think you can give them like the quick rundown?
Absolutely. So it's football squares just like you would play at your local bar, Super Bowl party, or anything else, integrated into an NFT project that follows all the Monday night games this season. And mints are 500 Crow and only kept 20% of it for development, which is basically nothing. And 80% of it goes back to payouts. And holding this NFT will also get you whitelist spot for any future cards we do. And every Monday night game, there's 2,200 Crow that pays back out. There's 500 first quarter, 500 second quarter, 500 third quarter. Final score is 700. So all you got to do is hit once. And there was 72 payouts over the entire season, not counting all the bonus cards we've been doing. We were set to only have done one payout by now, or 1 week's worth of payouts. So 4 payouts. And we've already done, after last night, there's been 16 payouts so far.
Let's go. Yo, believe it or not, a lot of the people around here are gamblers.
You think?
The rest of us are in denial. So there's that.
Absolutely. But
that was a dope pitch, man. That was 30 seconds, concise. I dig it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. 6 o'clock. Should we check the markets? Why not? See what we got going on here. Sponsored by nope. I ain't shouting out daddy until they unblock me, and that still hasn't happened. They continue to send me messages on their platform saying that they're working on it, which is odd. ETH is over 1,400 by $1.16. Let's go. Matic is at 78 cents. Crow is at 10.6. VVS is up. Who's the big winner? ApeCoin, 20%. Holden over $6. Fucking A. What's going on with ApeCoin? What is that all about? Anybody know? I'm gonna find out. Excuse me. So, 20 minutes. Who's up next? Nobody? Oh my god, dude. How many people we got in here? Still 80.
Must be
Thanks for
running.
being here, everybody. Mooney Mike is down there. Mooney! Come talk that beautiful VVS talk to me, baby. Even CrowSwap said it's just VVS and MMF. That's all there is. No, I am gonna shout out our friends and family that have whitelisted us at Crowdex, Galaxy Swap, and HopSwap. Those are our 3 whitelisted swaps for Thunder typing. Maybe CrowSwap will have us. Who knows?
I am sure that you probably have some people typing it right now.
All right. I'm really psyched to hear like all this positive news, because it's not easy to find. It's not easy to find these days, and to have projects. I mean, I know it didn't come out of the woodworks. It's been here the whole time, but a lot of people didn't know about it, and a lot of people are finding out for the first time today.
Well, I mean, I will have to say that we tend to, from a. I think we've all been in spaces where people hype up, we're going to build this, we're going to build that, invest in us, invest. And just like the speaker about 20 minutes ago, yeah, I've been burned on the BNB side.
I've been burned on the Crow side.
And it's one of those, we're very, very much more of a mindset of build, verify, market than hope that we actually do the work.
Yeah, a lot of people are concept, market, hopefully proof of concept.
And I obviously there have been projects that have probably succeeded in that. I'd say the vast majority, at least the ones that I had the misfortune of finding about, didn't. I learned a lot, so I gravitated towards a project that actually had developers, that had good developers who looked at, how do you improve on minting? How much would this cost if we had to do it on ETH? I mean, the first NFTs I ever bought were on ETH.
That's why, I'm glad you brought this up, because I don't know why everybody's acting so surprised about Crow Skulls becoming like the #1 project on Kronos now that the Meerkats have fallen. Crow Skulls has been killing it the whole time, and check the tapes. I used to have a little shtick about them, because 7 out of 9 of them are doctors. 7 out of 9 on that team are doctors. Like, it's not. It ain't hard to tell.
Well, and we've got one of their NFTs in the Launchpad giveaway.
That's dope. My guy Monetary's up here. Monetary. Flashback, Chimp Gang. What's up?
What's up, everybody? How we doing?
Oh, we're good.
Doing great.
CrowSwap, what's going on?
Oh, we're coming down the final stretches. It's kind of hard holding the team back because they like to innovate. So we got up this morning, whole laundry list of things that the developers were playing with over the weekend, and now we have to iron all the kinks out that we had ironed out nicely on Friday. But they're having fun, coming up with new and interesting ways to make things smoother to the end users. So we're pretty pleased. It's gonna be a long week. Probably gonna be a long 2 weeks while we're going through the various launches, but it's exciting, and we'll be looking to expand services to all the projects.
Man, that's awesome. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, you mentioned. Oh yeah, Monetary. Tell us how you found Crow Swap? How long you been messing
Crow
with it?
Swap, man. It's been a while. I mean, I remember when it first came out. You know, back in the day when I bought my first chimp, and haven't sold it. Haven't even really have no desire to sell it. But I think Kronos is really interesting. How it bridges it has such an interesting community. It bridges the legacy system with like using BSC and all these different things. I think that's going to go multi-chain eventually. I know the guy that's head of NFTs over at crypto.com for North America. And I think he's about to get promoted to be the head of all business development or business initiatives for North America. And so,
Ooh, Damien?
Nah,
Damien?
Jeremy.
Who's
That's exactly.
Jeremy?
Nobody knows who he is. It's so funny because his girlfriend makes like 10 times more money than him, and so he always has a chip on his shoulder. It's really funny.
Well, I'll be sure to bring that up when I meet him. Where do I find
He's on
him?
Instagram. Jeremy.
And not Twitter.
If he's on Twitter, I'm not even following him. I don't think he even uses Twitter. Maybe he does. I don't know.
We keep on having these people pop up as crypto.com people out of nowhere, like Shady. There's this guy Shady that I started following.
I got
His
a
name is
question
Shady.
for CrowSwap.
Yeah, shoot.
Are you guys doing anything with domains? Yeah.
Domains? Can you clarify that?
And they have their own domains. And it's like .eth domains, and then there's like .sol. There's .unstoppable domains says like .nft this or that. Is there a .crow? Are you guys gonna be, is that in the roadmap, or is that kind of like not interesting?
I'm not going to say nothing is in the road, nothing that it's not in the roadmap, because the roadmap shifts, or I didn't say shift, it grows. It grows weekly.
Or it grows?
So I think it's both. I'm not aware of it at the moment, but that probably means that as soon as I get back to my terminal, yeah, it's on the list. I haven't told you yet. I didn't want you to commit ritualistic suicide when you saw another 5 things on the list to build.
I get it. I work with devs all the time. It's like they lose their marbles if you add something to the roadmap they weren't expecting, because they're so incubated in their own joyride, so to speak, of what they want to accomplish. So I get it, but Alpha knows this. I'm working on some pretty cool Alpha stuff that I can talk to you guys about eventually, but it has to do with with domains.
Definitely. Strike up a conversation with either me or Swap V in Discord, and we can go on from there.
How do I connect with you? Should I just message you, or what do you recommend?
You can message this account.
Cool. It'll come from Monetary Revolution. That's it's Mr. Lifestyle is my username.
Okay.
But I've been with Alpha. I've known Alpha. Alpha, how long have I known you? Since November last year?
Yeah, almost a year.
Those are the days.
Goes by quick.
Dude, those are the days, man. What did you have, like 300 followers? Now you have like almost 10,000?
I did. I came into the game with 112
I think
followers.
I knew you when you had like 260.
It's been crazy. Where am I at right now? Because if it's over 9,300, we got another pair of
You're at 93.25, bro.
Oh my God, that was
Yo,
quick.
you got to send me your PFP or whatever so I can stick you up in the gallery. I haven't forgotten.
Yes.
Whatever you want, man. Whatever you want. We got to get Crow Swap up there.
The custom Psycho
You guys
kitty.
got anything that you want to put up in the gallery at Fifth Avenue in New York?
I'm sure we probably do. I'm not.
They're sitting on some assets with their $500,000.
Nah, that's for long-term development. And,
I'm kidding. We only know one Dex that goes and buys Bored Apes with their. I kid Bach. Where the fuck is Bach? He's not even in here. That's odd. He's usually here. Well, we only got 9 minutes until our last 420 monetary.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, we actually do have an AMA on Wednesday with Crow Skull.
Nice. Wednesday with Crow Skulls. I will be there. What time?
2 p.m. Eastern.
The only standard time. Thank you, sir.
And
Baby God. Oh, go ahead.
Yo, CrowSwap, your DMs don't work, I guess, unless you follow me back. Yeah, I went to your profile and it doesn't have any way to message you.
Oh, I may just need to open it up.
Alpha, we gotta do an AMA soon, bro. I got some crazy stuff to tell you. It's what we're about to do.
You know you can come in here
bro,
anytime.
It's crazy, bro. We're partnering with Unstoppable Domains, MoonPay, some other ones. Yeah, they're super behind it. I'm having an influencer call later today of people that don't even want to get paid. They just want to be involved. Like they just want to build the community. So it's pretty.
Well, you're not gonna get me that easy, buddy. I want to get paid. You hear? I'm playing. Baby Hop, what's up, bud?
What's up, man? Good afternoon, everybody. Just checking in, saying what's up.
Well, I would like to. I'd like to hear you pitch to CrowSwap. Don't you want to get on there? Come on, baby. I'm trying.
All at once, we got to focus on managing liquidity on that, on the Crodex first, and then we'll start building up elsewhere.
Oh, your audio is breaking up a little, but I wanted you to catch everybody up on the Switch because I forgot. So Crodex is where you're building up liquidity now.
Yeah. So no, not just yet. So we are. We will be redeploying the token using an updated router towards the end of this week. When that happens, everybody will be airdrop their positions. There will be no change in price or anything like that. So that's all going to happen. We'll pair the liquidity. We're going to pair it on Crodex. So Baby Hop Wrap Crow LP is going to be initially on Crodex. Of course, the Baby Hop LP, I'll always keep it over there on HopSwap. But Baby Hop Crow is going to be on Crodex. We're going to open up our LP staking DApp and our single stake DApp. Both of those will be paying out in.
In what?
I think he's breaking up.
Yeah. I was going to say, Baby Hop, did you hear any of CrowSwap's AMA here or anything about what they're doing with moving LP from one DEX or one router to another without breaking it? And actually, to maybe tie this in, CrowSwap, does this change the router that is kind of on the contract that shows up on Dex Screener, like where you originally made liquidity?
So there will need to be so to move the LP is one thing. You do have to have a contract update to change the address from that perspective, which unfortunately not all projects have their contracts in a state that they basically can't be edited. So those projects may require some additional services from the team to help with the port. So that gets into our contract services side. from that perspective. If they've got things open, like, or if they're using, if they can edit their contracts or use diamonds like we do, you can modify those kinds of things. So, for example, on Friday, we will be porting Kronos nodes LP from MMF over to CrowSwap. That will actually allow us to do one. We get the immediate benefit of any action start feeding back into buybacks and USGF because it's on our DEX. Plus, it actually opens us up to being able to do things that we couldn't do on the MMF router. The MMF router itself was not, it was obfuscated behind a proxy. So there's there are things that we just kind of had to assume. So, for example, one of the things that we'll be able to do once we port over to our router, because we have full control over the router, is we'll be able to finally enable in time the ability to purchase nodes directly from Crow. So you'll be able to go straight on without having to do multiple transactions. It also allows us to cut down on some of the buy-sell activity on the chart, predominantly the sell activity on the chart with that kind of change. But yes, the migrate tool generally will allow you to do things in it'll move the LP pretty quickly, and with simple clicks. The contract side does require some adjustment depending on what you're doing. Not everyone has, kind of interactions, purchase your automatic LP purchase or anything like that. Some probably depends on how complex your contract is as to how many places it needs to be updated.
Gotcha. It's really cool, man. I dig this kind of stuff. Like, I just nerd out on it. I know Baby Hop is coming back up, and I'm sure he's got some more questions. It's really, these are things that are necessary on this chain, especially if this creates opportunities where you don't have to affect price action to make these types of moves, and that's really what we've been talking about underneath everything. What do you say, Baby Hop? A little better? Are you driving?
So I'm probably in and out of the Wi-Fi.
He's still in the blender.
There.
Do I sound like crap?
No, now you're better. Right there.
Beautiful. Did you guys hear me, or do I got to redo?
Nope. Yep.
Nope. Yep.
From the top.
Nope. Yep. From the top. All right. So we'll be redeploying using an updated router. We were having a couple of issues with people pairing LP for some reason. I think a lot of it has to do with the way the smart contract was being directed to find the hop rewards. I think that stems from the not a lot of trading volume. You know what I mean? A lot of people are farming Baby Hop from the game, and those transactions, when they withdraw, they're coming from a whitelisted address. So nothing, there's no rewards really being gathered by the smart contract, and it's kind of, I think it like. So we're going to remove the rewards feature from the smart contract.
Oh, we're so close that time, bro. Happy 420, everybody.
So
Saved
close.
by the bell, Baby Hop. It is.
Thank you.
420. We did it again. We burned through all 3 420s like we do every damn day. Today is Monday, and it's been a real one.
Alpha, I'm gonna have
Twitter's
to.
not dead. Did you hear her? That was my wife, not my kids.
Alpha, I'm gonna have to bow out here in a second. My family is officially home now, so they're starting to look at me funny.
Bro, That was awesome. Thanks a lot for being here.
Thank you guys for having us. Look forward to seeing you guys on the decks, on Discord, Twitter. Let us know if you have questions.
Definitely. Did we ever get our winner up here? What was it?
Astronaut, I don't know.
I knew the guy. I'll remember it later.
Yeah, it
We
was
won't forget.
Yeah,
Astronaut.
Yeah, astronaut. Hopefully they'll reach out to us on Twitter and send us the wallet info.
Right on top of it. All right.
Thank you guys. Have a great 420.
Thank you. We always do. Professor Didi is coming up here from Didi Rake Laboratories. What's up, Professor?
What's up, guys? We're new to the spaces here. We haven't been in very many spaces, but we're trying to build with the community, get together, and grow. And
you got a good look.
Yeah, we're trying. That's our main focus point is the art. And like I say, we sent you something there in your DMs. I was just going to jump in here and let you know before we have to go real quick. We got to do run a few errands, but other than that, we'll be back on some of the spaces later this evening.
Cool. Yeah, we're here every day, in the morning and at 4:20. So feel free, stop by anytime.
We'll do it. Yeah, just Alpha there. Check your DMs. We sent you something. Like I say, we wasn't sure what you like, but you got a few in there.
Oh, thank you, my friend. Yeah, we got an injury. What happened?
I was like, isn't the
Oh, the laptop into the nose. Let me hold it. Oh, now you're all better. Now he's all better. Just like that. Dude, laptop screen to the bridge of the nose. That's
trauma.
That's a tough one. He'll be fine though. All he's got to do is drink some water.
Oh yeah.
Brush his damn teeth. And I taught my kids how to own their keys, own their crypto. Yes, I have.
Oh shit.
This is DeFi, and they know it, ladies and gentlemen. You don't ever forget it. Don't tell your seed phrase to anybody, ever. That's the worst thing. Yeah, except for your dad. Write it down. Put it someplace safe. Laminate it if you know someone with a laminator. And then you can show somebody to do what you did. Do it nicely. And meet us back here in the morning. Coffee and Crow, 8:30 a.m. Crofam for life. Lots of love, y'all. Bye.